All right, so what's better? You want to make $100,000 stressed out, right? Probably maybe 110, 120, right? And you're working yourself to death, or you want to get 80,000 chilling, relaxing, and when you come home, you enjoy actually coding on your side projects, working on the things that you love. Like, that's the real question, man. So let's get into it, right? I'm actually on my way to go pick up my son from school. And I said, let me just go in and create a little quick video for you guys because, I miss you guys, man. I know we're not doing the live streams no more. And it's for a reason. I want to come in and give you guys content straight to the point. So, yeah, man. I'm seeing a shift right now. I'm seeing a big shift between, the people that been doing this shit in the industry for a while, right? And they're realizing, man, you know what, man? Your mental health, taking care of yourself, right? Not overworking yourself to death to earning just a little bullshit, extra $10,000. Because, after taxes, it ain't much of a difference, right? I'll be honest with you guys. From 110 to 85, like, once those taxes hit, it ain't that much of a big difference, man. The difference is really like, do you pay extra subscriptions per month? Right? Or do you go in and not pay those extra subscriptions? Like, it's not really that much of a difference. I'm being honest, right? So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people shifting in this, okay? And I'm seeing it from guys who are mid-level, senior-level developers who are realizing that, going up the corporate ladder and just burning yourself out, it ain't the right way. And then the stressful thing about it, when they pull the rug under you and, like, you basically work so hard for a company and you're like, man, I busted my ass. I basically gave you guys my 20s. I gave you my early 30s, right? And I worked so hard and you still pull the rug under me? Yeah, because companies is companies, right? Like, they don't owe you anything, right? And technically, you don't owe them anything either. You're basically getting paid for the work that you bring in and the value that you bring into that company. Now, I'm saying this to you guys and sharing this with you guys because I see a lot of, like, junior level developers, right? Guys who are even in, even the first year as developers. And they're, like, hustling so much to try to get this, $130-something thousand job and get this stock options and this and that. And they're going crazy doing 30 different interviews and they got to do a million leak code questions. And now after that, somehow they got through the ATS bots. They go to the interviews, they do all this stuff, and then, maybe they'll get a chance to get that position. And it's like, bro, there's a lot of jobs out here that will pay you good. You could probably live in better, better cities, better communities than where you're living at now, because one of the saddest things that I see a lot of times is, like, people in New York, San Francisco, and again, I'm from New York, okay? And I see people that come in and it's like earning X amount of dollars at big XYZ company, right? And they living with roommates. That sounds crazy to me. Like, you making all this money and you living with roommates? You making all this money, you don't even have a car? You making all this money and you out here, like, just living a regular lifestyle? Like, what's the perks that, yeah, you could Uber somewhere? What's the perks that you get to eat outside? You got the free food at the company, this and that. But the amount of stress and the amount of bullshit that you got to go through to get to those companies, it just doesn't make sense. Not even for us as senior level developers. Like, we're realizing a lot of times that it's just not worth it. I wouldn't do it. If I go in and I work for a company, I'm being honest, right? I'm not going to work at a company as a full stack developer. I don't even want to do that for anybody, right? That amount of work that it takes to do that, I don't want to do it for a company. I will go in and will probably do email development, content management, right? I don't want to be a full stack developer for companies. A lot of times they try to overwork you, and the stress that you got to go through. You know, I'm 37 now. Oh, shit, man, I came in here at 30. I'm 37 now, guys. What the hell? Yeah, so I'm 37 right now, and I'm like, I can't see myself doing this type of work for a company. I would do it for myself, which I am doing it right now. You know, I got multiple companies where I basically do the full stack on it. Right? Like, I basically run everything from the marketing to doing the front end to the back end to dealing with servers to freaking dealing with customers. I basically do everything, right? And I like it like that. But it's because I get to keep all the money. I get to keep everything, right? Now, if someone was to tell me, hey, man, I got a $150,000 job for you to do the amount of work that you do for your companies and come do it here, and I'm just going to give you $150,000, it makes no sense. Absolutely no sense for anybody to go in there and do that, okay? And I see that happen all the time, and I'm like, man, you have no idea the power you have when you're not overworked. When you're working a position where either you're having fun doing it or you are actually getting paid just for the work that you do, okay? Meaning that, hey, I'm working on this and I'm not like doing 30,000 different things and I'm having to wear multiple hats, and guess what? Here's the crumbs. Like, it's just not worth it. Now, for someone who doesn't understand that and doesn't have that vision, it might make sense, because always remember this: if you don't know how to monetize your skills, there's somebody that's gonna monetize it for you. You don't know how to come up with ideas for applications or solving problem, and you're expecting somebody to come in and give you the idea and then you build it. Yes, I'm gonna use your skills and make millions off your back and give you a small percentage of, here's $100,000. And when my company does good, I'll give you a small percentage of that. And then from there, you can make an extra $100,000 more with stocks. You get what I'm saying? Now, it's like the blade. If you're not from the street, you don't understand what the blade is, right? The blade is like this. You might find some beautiful women in the streets, right? They got all the assets. They got everything. They got the talent. They do the work. They do everything. But guess what? Here comes the pimp. The pimp comes in and says, hey, man, you don't know what you're doing with that. Come over here. Let me show you how to work the streets. Let me show you how to work this blade. You know what I'm saying? So they have all the talent, all the skills, everything. They do it themselves. But because they don't know how to actually sell it in the street, right? The pimp comes in and say, hey, I got you a spot. Right? This is what happens in corporate America. Okay? It's the same thing that happens to artists. Okay? Again, you're a musician, you're an artist, you're a rapper, a singer, etc. You have no idea how to go in and market your music to the right people. You have no idea how to go in and sell your songs, how to go in and promote them, get it out there, get people to become fans, get to hear you, right? But you do the songs, you do everything, right? Because you don't know how to do that, and you have no idea how to distribute your music, guess what? A label comes in and says, again, corporate, comes in and says, hey, let me borrow your talent. We'll take care of it. We'll go in and we'll figure out what's the right song that you need to put out. We'll go in and tell you what's the right music video that you need to put out. We'll make sure we get your song to the right TikToker, to the right Instagrammer, right? To the right influencer, right? And we'll make your song poppin'. You have no connections to the radio. You have no connections to, MTV at the time, right? Etc. And the label comes in and gives the artist a small percentage of what their music is and what it actually generates. Not because they can't do it themselves, because they can, But it's because of two things. One, they don't invest in themselves. Two, they have no idea how this whole shit works. So when you think about that, this is the same shit that happens in corporate America with development and technology, right? And most of the skills that we have as developers in the tech industry, right? Most people don't know how to monetize those skills. And because they don't know how to monetize it, here comes the pimp right in your face. Hey, man, you want to make some money, man? Hey, man, you got the skills, man. We need you, man. We love you here, man. Come in, join the family, okay? So, yeah, a lot of people are realizing this shit now. I realized that shit a long time ago. I'm talking about 2010. Before I even learned how to code. Right? Back in the old days, you kiddos, when I was just outside, working in IT and doing parking lot attendant and freaking doing all this type of bullshit jobs that you could think of, right? I thought about this shit. I'm like, man, I'm outside. I'm seeing cars come in and out every hour, right? Like, I'm talking about hundreds, if not thousands of cars coming in. And I'm there on the parking lot. And these people are coming in paying $7, $8, $10. So on an hourly basis, it's like $10,000 to $20,000 an hour that they're generating. Okay? And I'm getting paid out of that $20,000, I'm getting paid $9.50. Something's wrong with this shit. Because I know the owner's definitely not here. He's not the one in the code doing all this shit that I'm doing at this freaking parking lot, right? But again, listen, you could do the work, but somebody's gonna monetize it for you. You get what I'm saying? You don't know how to go in and get it out there. Somebody's gonna do it for you. So going back to the original topic, I mean, is it worth it going in and overworking yourself, doing mad work for a company to make an extra $10,000, $20,000? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I think right now, this is the thing that I want to leave you guys with, is be smart. Be smart with your time. Time is something that nobody could give you back, okay? And no amount of money, right, is worth your time, to be honest with you. So what you want to do is you want to go in and do a job, do some type of work, right? Generate some income that takes care of your life, right? But then that you could go home and you could work on your side projects and you could work on the things that you want, right? The most fun you're ever gonna have as a developer is those little side projects that you build at home. When you work in corporate, when you work for a company, the amount of boring shit that you're gonna have to do, the amount of shit that you're gonna have to eat from everybody, right? From idiot co-workers, guys who think they're geniuses, who are just fucking workers at the company, guys who are snitches that, God forbid you come to the office 1 minute late, God forbid your kid gets sick, right? And they're the first one. It's like, well, hey Bob, Joe left early because supposedly his kid got sick. Who has a kid out here anyways, right? So this is the type of people you're gonna have to deal with in the office. And sometimes you going that route of like, I just want to make the most money in corporate. You're gonna find out at the end that what you should have done was work somewhere where you're happy, where you're building something meaningful, where you're in an industry you enjoy, right? I give you a great example. You love sports. There's a lot of jobs that you could work at, sports teams. Let's say you love basketball. The NBA is hiring right now for a content manager. Your job will be to literally post, the things that freaking LeBron James made. You know what I mean? What he did this week. Or shit, he dunked. His son gave him an assist. Like, shit like that's fun because you love that industry. Now, if you love to code and build whatever you want to build, you could do that shit on the side. Okay? You could do that shit on the side And trust me, you probably end up happier than where you're at right now, okay? And it is what it is. All right, guys, I just wanted to come in and drop this little quick conversation with you guys. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know what you think. I'm coming back to 2017. This is how I used to do it, right? For anybody that comes in and watch this first time, like, what is this video about? This is how I like to do my content. This is how I enjoy it. Sometimes I gotta fall in love with YouTube again, so I could continue and you know, give myself some energy to continue to do this shit after 7 years, right? I gotta go back to the thing that I love, which was coming in here talking to you guys and you know, putting that bug in your ear, okay? Putting that bug in your ear of like, shit, sometimes that little extra $20,000-$30,000 ain't really worth it, okay? What you want to do is find that place that you really enjoy, do the type of work that you really love, right? And that you're gonna enjoy. And when you want to go in and build those cool apps and those cool things that you want to do, a lot of times the most fun place is to do it in your house. Believe it or not, do it for yourself, do it for your own, right? And build side income, build side businesses, so you could go in and have some type of you know, some type of freedom at some point. Because corporate ain't, you know what I mean? Just being in corporate your whole life, that ain't it, bro. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody that's in here, guys. I'm gonna put a video right here. Definitely go check that out when you guys get a chance. If you got a chance after this video, definitely go check it out if you haven't checked it out. And also too, I will say, yeah, go check out codingphase.com. Links in the description, and show me some love in the comment. Hey, what's going on, guys? Love you. Take care.